Morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Central Texas, where we think more expansively, more completely, and live more joyously. Yay. I'd like to thank Clark for wonderful meditation this morning. All right. And he'll be back shortly. We are looking at our opening affirmation as we get ready to start this thing. And it's on the top of page 4, and we'll say this together to come together in consciousness. And it says, we believe that there is an infinite power and wisdom that creates everything. We are expressions of the same power and wisdom. The thoughts, beliefs, and expectations we entertain with the most energy become our experience of life. When we change our energy and our attention, our experience changes to match. All right, a couple of quick announcements. I'd like to wish myself a happy 6-month birthday. It will. It will. But Melissa Naughtyall, Melanie's sister, her birthday is on Wednesday. Today we're celebrating the birth of Carol O'Connor, who was Archie, James Baldwin, a great poet and playwright, Peter O'Toole, who was Lawrence of Arabia, among other things, Wes Craven, not my cup of tea, but a lot of people like that kind of thing, Jim Capaldi, Clark, singer, and Mojo Nixon, fun act, Apollonia from Purple Rain, Mary Louise Parker, and Sam Worthington, who was an Avatar. Book study will continue this Thursday night online, so check that out. Even if you can't do it, I'd say dip your toe in that book, but you kind of got to dive in. You can't really it is a different writing style, but it is very well thought out and presented. Now I'd like to invite Clark to come up and do an opening reading of the treatment.
Thank you, Walt. Today's reading is from Raymond Charles Parker, and it comes from the Science of Mind magazine, October 2025. And it's about light, kind of my theme for today. And he says, emerge from the consciousness that gropes in the dark for bits and pieces, and behold the light within you. So let's do that. Let's behold that light within us as we recognize the presence that surrounds us. Its qualities include the light that is shared as a grace to us, this empowerment, this energy, this livingness. The quality of light is the quality of our being as we let it flow unhindered by any thoughts that might dim that light. For it illumines our consciousness, and it is that which we transmit from within ourselves out to everyone and to everything. We are that light. We are one with the wholeness that is the oneness that we are as spirit expressing through our forms to know itself even more. And its greater awareness is our greater awareness. And I give thanks for the awareness, for Spirit's power preceding our word, for the power of our word directs the law, and for the law that corresponds to that word, and all the metaphysical laws that do so, as we know this for ourselves. So, knowing that and giving thanks for it, I release it completely, knowing that having spoken my word, it is now law, corresponded to perfectly, reliably, consistently, and is demonstrating as experience in our lives. So, releasing that let us save together. And so it is now. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our musical guest for today, who's going to perform both guitar and piano for us. Please welcome Sharon Bourbonnais, everyone.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be here. I'm so happy to be invited and a wonderful community of spirits. The first song today is it's called The Kingdom, and we're all searching, but we'll let the song tell the story. I want to find the kingdom of heaven. I'm certain that it really must be pretty far. 'Cause right where I'm at is hell that I'm sure of. If I'm to find heaven, I best gas up my car. So I asked me an angel to give me direction. Draw me a map or show me a sign. She just shrugged her wings and straightened her halo. Said the kingdom of heaven was already mine. I went to the mountains to try and find heaven. The peaks there are higher than any clouds in the sky. If heaven was up there, well, I surely would see it. But when I reached the top, no kingdom inside. So I asked me a wise man to give me direction. Draw me a map or show me a sign. He just lit some incense and he adjusted his turban. Said the kingdom of heaven was already mine. There was one more location, thought I'd find heaven. It's where I vacationed many times before. Down by the oceans where I felt most peaceful. Even thought I heard God's voice in the waves on the shore. With my feet in the sand, my heart in my hand, I felt the stirring of the true promised land. See, it wasn't on the mountains or in the deep blue sea. The kingdom of heaven is inside of me. See, the kingdom of heaven is inside you and me.
All right, thank you, Sharon. All right. You call a beehive with no exit unbelievable. This one's actually on the verge of being okay. What's a lawyer's favorite drink? It's a pina colada. It's all relative. All right, this morning we're going to continue our Make It Personal series that we started last week. And this series, the way it's looking right now, it's going to continue for another 2 weeks as we move from a more general discussion last week to more specific examples today in the next couple of weeks. Your experience, your life, is your personal experience of life. It's exactly as it is as a result of choices that you've made and choices that you've avoided. And as they say, whenever you avoid making a choice, that is a choice, right? And I know it's an old saying, but old sayings become old because there's some modicum of truth within it. And it's easy to reply, yeah, I already heard that. I know that. But the question is, did you really listen? Did you literally apply the information and the opportunity to change because of the observation? And that's the reason we do our annual review of the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook each January. Because if you've been around here for any length of time, yeah, you probably read them. Maybe perchance you've read them several times. But the same question remains. Did you internalize the wisdom differently on this time around? And if you did, how significantly did you apply the information and adjust your opportunity for change? Now this week I'm going to look at I don't know what I know what I'm looking at, I just don't know how to say it. Personalizing love. Personalizing our experience and our expressions of love for the specific purpose of reminding ourselves that at any moment, in any circumstance, in any setting, we can turn up our expressions of love from what we're used to and what feels comfortable and safe to double, triple, even more the intensity of our love. And we find that intentionally choosing to include love in our actions and our reactions makes a huge difference in our perception of how cooperative life is and how cooperative those people around us are. Hey, look, Dad, everybody started waking up. Fine. Been waiting on you guys. You know, if you wake up and everybody's doing what they need to be doing. Mind your own business. And we all have people that are easier to express love to than others. Yes or yes? We do, yeah, right? And often it's because at a subconscious level, we see them as similar to us. And that's one of the reasons we like them. We like ourselves. I think we're pretty righteous people, and pretty righteous dudes, and we're decent and we're kind. And so other people that seem like that to us are similar to us, and so we like them as well. And yeah, we can start our expansion project with these easier to love people because it's easy. It's not a bad place to start. But the real test comes when we remember to intensify our expressions of love with those that are not similar to us. Maybe even people that have opposing opinions. Say it isn't so. So instead of allowing those people with opposing opinions to become a negative trigger and something that rekindles some past trauma, we can convert them to opportunities for our growth beyond our limited ideas and beliefs. And the idea is to start small and be gentle with our expectations of progress. But one thing is certain, if we start, if we stay with it, there will be progress. It's inevitable. Progress in our ability to intentionally increase our expression of love when we ever decide to do it. And also progress of our enjoyment of all the rest of life. Because we're improving, as we improve and expand what we're contributing to the collective mix, we feel better, and that always feels good to feel better. Rupert Spira, says, we do not become awareness, we simply cease overlooking the awareness that we always are. You're not going to have you may have something that you call a moment of enlightenment, but don't let it be the only one that happens in your life. Right? It's just an unfolding, an awakening. Right? And I started wondering, why does it take us so long to become aware? And I mean aware about anything, in any expression or area of our life. Well, I think it's because part of the process of becoming aware is paying greater attention to what we're thinking and feeling and believing and doing and expecting as we're thinking and feeling and believing and doing and expecting. It's noticing what works, it's noticing what doesn't. It's noticing what we believe that facilitates a greater expression of whatever, and it's noticing what we believe that inhibits that same expression of whatever. And being willing to release long-held beliefs and ideas, some things that have become comfortable, that no longer serve this new version of ourselves that we're growing into. We grow, and then we outgrow who we were and how we were. That's the purpose of growth. You wouldn't be comfortable if I brought in kindergarten chairs when you get tall. Either. But life is an opportunity to learn the benefits of love and love. And keeping love, we do that best by keeping love as a verb, as a word of action, instead of just a noun that we're going to barter back and forth or give with tons of conditions attached. Many of you will, most of you will remember our spiritual practice that we started 6 months, no, it's probably 9 months ago. It was the first one. So we said, when I go shopping this week, I'm going to get out of the car, and before I get out of the car, and as I get out of the car, to approach the front door, I'm going to start emanating love. Just emanating love. Radiating, okay? No external signs. I'm not throwing glitter as I walk through the store. Okay? I'm just walking through, acting like everybody else is acting. Just the difference being, internally, I am focused on and really generating tons of unconditional love in every direction, not pointing it at anybody, just emanating. Right? Now, to give you an example, here's that. So you can choose what level of love you want. You might start off great intention. And we're going into that store, and we are love incarnate. There's waves of love flooding out all of my people are giving it. They don't even know why they like us being in the store. And then we get distracted because we have sometimes we go react. And I get more distracted. Something else. Ramp up the lamp. Everybody from ramp up the lamp. Yeah. As you walk through the store, some people are afraid of their life. Alright. That's you walking through the store. Good job. Yay. Notice how the lamp, the reach of the light itself changes as it relocates. Your surroundings change because of the relocation of the lamp. And you notice the shadows shift and change as the lamp is relocated. Our friend Ralph Waldo Emerson knew, I read this morning, so in the mid-1800s he wrote, "It never troubles the sun that some of his rays fall wide and vain into ungrateful space, and only a small part of the reflecting planet. Thou art enlarged by thine own shining." You are enlarged by your own shining. Our friend the lamp, the light bulb. Does that light bulb care who moves in front of it, who moves away from it? No, not in the least. It doesn't care. It just shines, and when the switch completes the circuit and allows the energy to flow to the bulb, it lights up. The light bulb doesn't care if it's placed here or there or walked into the back of the room. It doesn't care if it's on or if it's off. It just is, and it waits for the switch to be activated. And you are the switch in your life, and I am the switch in my life that activates our love life. And the more impersonal we can make our expressions of love, the more people we can reach. much love for Karen. But the more impersonal we make it, the further it reaches because we're not tethered onto it, holding it back with all these conditions. I'll give it to you if you give it to me. You deserve it, you don't deserve it, all that crap. We can reach more people and connect with more people. And sure, from time to time, we will focus it on specific people, and that's a different aspect of loving. It feels good to have our expression of love noticed and reciprocated. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, shares, until we learn to love, we are not sending out love vibrations. And not until we send out those vibrations can we receive love in return. Not until we send out those vibrations can we receive love in return. We open any expression or good that we desire by giving it. And then once we give it, we remain open for that amount of time that we continue to give, and that allows whatever good we're desiring or pursuing to receive it come back in. But loving and shining for the sake of shining and revealing the deep benefit of just how investing those few moments intentionally loving, that leads to two things. Well, it leads to a ton of really good things. But two of those things are that we get to personally experience unconditional love. As we give, as we express out anything, at that very same time, we experience it at the same level we're expressing. And if we come to a point where we find that it's hard to love unconditionally, that's an opportunity for us to study our paradigm of love and see where it might be able to be structured differently and a little more expansively. So we love and we feel better. And secondly, second thing that it does in giving unconditional love is there's no need for appreciation or recognition or reciprocity. Others experience that love. And they experience it for themselves, but also they experience the benefit of it. And it can pique their interest into trying a little bit of their own expression of it. Is equal to the love you give. Yeah. It is August, right? What happened to Beatles? The love that we generate creates a second wave of love that keeps going, ripples out, that goes out to who knows where, and it touches and changes and benefits people that we would never cross paths with as a secondary and a tertiary expression of it. And since all energy is circular in form and return, the love that we make is later available for us to receive. Eric Butterworth shares, don't go through life, grow through life. Can I get a hell yeah on that? You are the maker of your life day to day, week and month and year to week and month and year. You're the one. You're the dude. The buck stops there. Now, is that new information? No, not at all. Okay? We've all heard various versions of that over the years. I first heard it in kids' church at the Sequoia Hills Baptist Church when I was from birth to 14. I heard it. Thy faith hath made thee whole. Now, the way they taught it was my faith, my belief, my greater belief in Jesus made my life better. And you know what? Okay, that works for a lot of people. It does. But I now understand it as increasing my belief in myself as divine and as a competent and successful director of the law of cause and effect. That makes my life better. So the opportunity this morning, the opportunity this week, the opportunity for the rest of your life is the same as it always has been. To pay greater attention to yourself, pay greater attention to your expressions of love. and see where your current beliefs, your collective beliefs about love, may be inhibiting the freer flow of love. That freer flow of love that will benefit you and benefit all those around you. Because our greatest freedom comes from our awareness and the empowerment that always accompanies any increase in awareness. Dr. Holmes goes on, he says, love is at the center of man's being, and the calm, continuous pulsations of life are governed by love. So as you intentionally start to expand your love expression, as you decide to start locating and identifying and working to remove the limitations and obstructions you observe along the way, as with any new endeavor, any new expansive effort, be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself the grace to be able to try to expand without the need or the expectation that everything has to be perfect in order to be beneficial. For it already is perfect. It's the perfect expression, the perfect effect of your current cause. And whatever it turns into, whatever it will become, is the perfect effect of that adjusted cause later on. And you may be changing or trying to root out some obstructions and limited beliefs that have been long-standing, that have been around. They've become comfortable. They've become familiar. And maybe even though they're familiar, they're really not serving you and they're really uncomfortable, but they're just what you know. They may have become the default positions or the definitions or assumptions that you return to most easily because of the familiarity. So not returning to them will be outside your comfort zone and will be something outside your comfort zone is uncomfortable. I thought it was kind of obvious, but obviously. And anything that you start doing will be uncomfortable until you persist long enough for the new way to become just the most natural thing in the world to be so for you. And the old way to start to feel as weird as you now see it to be. The point is to be bold enough to try something different and then keep at it long enough to accept the imperfections of the process as part of the process. So start to see the things you miss as good data points to reference for future expression. And whatever the efforts are or whatever the efforts aren't, they are perfect reflections of what you are in the process of identifying and learning and becoming along the way. They are just right for this moment and these circumstances. And as you gain the awareness of what's missing, what's not quite the fullest expression it could be, again, good data for future reference. Because as you observe more, you start to try more. As you try more, you start to learn more. As you learn more, you start to consciously adjust the next effort and enjoy that project. Holmes goes on, he shares, if we make ourselves receptive to the idea of love, we become lovable. To the degree that we embody love, we are love. So this week, as we look for opportunities to insert love into the equation, as we ramp up our lamp and take it out into the world with us, right? As we start to add love into the actions and interactions and reactions, or whatever, and I mean whatever, love is part of life's expression, which means that love is everywhere and it's available to all. All it takes for us to increase our experience of love is to start increasing our expressions of love. Look for opportunities to let your love light shine out brighter and more impersonally than ever before. Remember to ramp up the lamp. But whatever great levels of love you've experienced so far, great. But that's not certainly all there is. That's not all there is for you to experience and enjoy and express. Not even close. And since love is an innate quality of life, then we barely scratch the surface of all the love that we have to give. And the variables for greater experiences of love, greater expressions of love, are all on our side of the creative equation. So meet each and every opportunity to involve and engage from a larger expression of love with a new, more expansive paradigm. And not only are you an individualization of life and love, you are love incarnate in the flesh. And the more you choose to include and respond from a place of love, the more authentic you're being to your true self, the closer you're getting to meeting your true potential, and the more closer completely you are fulfilling your true reason for being here. And so it is now. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let's look at our weekly affirmation, which is on the top of page 6. Let's say this together. It's also on the little cards by the front door. And it says, as I choose to increase my personal expressions of love, my experience of love begins to deepen and change. I recognize that love is inherent in all of life, so it is inherent in all expressions of life. I start to feel it more, see it around me, and easily whatever I wrote trying to say. Good. All right, let's give ourselves the gift of our good attention. Maybe close your eyes or reposition your physical form in a chair or take a deep breath or two, whatever helps you get a little more present in this moment. Recognize this greater truth about yourself and the greater truth about life. It's always available when we do the things and keep doing the things that keep us available to us. That greater wisdom, that creative intelligence, that infinite and unending power and possibility. It is all right where we are because we are it. And we can see that our desire for greater love is our desire to express greater love. And looking for those opportunities to include love in the daily living of our lives, in the places where, in the people where it's easy to do so, and the places and the people where it's more of a challenge. We build up that empowerment. We build up that ability to choose love, to express love, regardless of the situation or the circumstances or the company that may be around us at the moment, because then we are experiencing a life of love. And our experience of it, our understanding of it, our ability to turn to it in the moments we need to turn to it becomes easier and easier all the time. You recognize love as a part of all of life. And as an individualization of life, then love is inherent in our life as well. You start to see it more, and you start to feel it more. You start to seek it more because we like that feeling of good that accompanies it every time. That we truly, fully, unconditionally express it. We start to see it around us more and more. Start to see it reflected back to us from the people around us, those that we know and those that we just happen to pass by. And we deepen our experience and our awareness of love, of life, of ourselves, of each other along the way. We love this wonderful teaching in all the ways it shows up in our life and allows us to be reminded of the spiritual laws and principles that are always at work in all aspects of life. And we appreciate the spiritual tools that we learn here to direct those spiritual principles in proactive and life-affirming, expansive ways, more so than ever before. And that benefits us, and it benefits and expands what we're contributing to the collective mix, so it benefits all around us. We love this community of like-minded individuals that love and support each other in all the ways we get to do that, all the ways we get to interact throughout the week. And we love this beautiful time together this morning, this wonderful place to do it, and this wonderful city and time and beautiful life that we are living right here and right now. As we do this, we deeply appreciate and celebrate the changes that have begun and continue on as we continue on this line of thinking, line of belief, this line of interaction and relationship. We include love in all of it, and let it be so as we stay together. And so it is now. All right. All right, now we come to the part where we support this wonderful work we're doing together. We take the value we receive from the world for the value we bring to the world, and we pass that along with love and appreciation. We'll say our giving affirmation. You've got the bowl sitting, the donation bowl sitting by the front door, so you can just connect with that as you leave, or donate online or whatever, however it is you do. Let's say the giving affirmation on the middle of page 6, and it says, "Divine love consecrates my gifts. They go forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. They are evidence of my commitment. They do their good and perfect work and return to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is now." All right, now Sharon's going to come up and do a couple more songs for us. Are you performing anywhere we can see you out in the world? Okay.
Thank you. The song I'm going to sing right now is called Sea of Doubt, because sometimes we are not sure of that love that lives within us, or our divinity, or things that we pursue. So I have to stop for a minute because my sustain film is not working properly. Let me see if I switch something out, I'll make it better. Oh, I know what it is. I used the wrong one. So I will just go without the sustain film. I think I can do that. Sorry about that. It was backwards. No, no, we put you through that. Start over. Sea of Doubt. Here we go. Lately I'm uninspired. I feel like all my strength is gone, and my burden is heavy. I feel like I can't carry on. That's a time I really need you. I need you to find the good in me. For your love, light and wisdom is the truth that sets me free. Oh, I keep on pushing on, just trying to write a song, one that will tell me like it is now. Sometimes I get lost and my words don't come across. Feel like I'm drowning in a sea of doubt. Like I'm drowning, I can't find my way out. But we are much stronger than we believe. We were born with everything we need, this child. Gotta dig down deep, find your divinity, the truth that will set you free now. Sometimes we all get discouraged. Hopelessness takes control. That's a time to turn inward. Find the strength down in your soul. You gotta keep on pushing on. We've all got to be strong, so we can tell it like it is. Sometimes we all get lost. We've gotta hang on at all costs. Don't be drowning in a sea of doubt. Just give me your hand. I'll help you get out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Life's just full of surprises, like the sustain pedal, or just whatever happens. And I like that, sometimes we need to ramp up our ramp for ourselves, and say it's okay, it's okay. So Sea of Doubt is about reaching out to someone that's in need and also not being afraid to ask for resources. This next song is a audience participation song, and those of you online obviously can participate too. Since the meditation in the center was around the light today, I'm going to do a song I wrote called I Have Arrived. And so you will just echo me, okay? You just want to give it a try. So I say I have arrived, and you go, I have arrived. You can also get a little clapping going if you want. But I'll give a little intro. Here we go. I have arrived at the river. Flowing river, the river of light. It's a river of joy, it's a river of love. I have arrived, I am baptized in the river of light. Well, I wandered long through the desert, searching for the truth. My heart was cloaked in fear, my soul was weary too. I spent many nights underneath the stars, but I've never seen them shine so bright till that love came into view. I have arrived at the river. It's a flowing river. It's a river of light. It's a river of joy. It's a river of love. I have arrived. I am baptized in the river of light. You know that life is a magic journey from the soul end of the heart. We keep on traveling forward, together or apart. The many winding roads, dead-end streets and forests dark. Then we cross the great divide and we depart. I have arrived at the river. It's a flowing river. It's a river of light. Well, it's a river of joy. It's a river of love. I have arrived, I am baptized in the river of light. I have arrived, I am baptized in the river of light. The river of light. What a harmony! Awesome. Thank you so much, Center for Spiritual Living. What an honor to be here. What a blessing.
Am I talking like a pirate? You are our blessing. All right. Now we come to the time of appreciation, gratitude for good things in our life, or expressions, examples of doing these wonderful applications of principle. I think this is the time of year where I start to appreciate any and all shade, any passing cloud, any slight breeze. But if I can get shade and a breeze, woo, that's nirvana, baby. And now we're officially in August, so we're like maybe halfway through our summer season, so that's cool. We know this too shall pass, as they say. And I also like to celebrate the baby birds that have nested, or the mother nested them on our front porch. And they are starting to make a racket, and it's life expressing itself in a beautiful thing. She built the nest up in this little crevice of a little conveniently located little Y in the support beams out there. And now it's like are they gonna fall? Because it's like it's really coming out of there. I just know they'll get their feathers finished and learn about gravity and overcoming gravity without having to fall from their hair. It's the only picture I got of the mother that's was a I think it was called an outdoor finch or indoor finch. It was an odd looking bird. It was not like a sparrow or a robin or blue jay. But anybody else have something to share? Yes, Karen. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. Good. We will move along. We'll get done early if you're not careful. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And that whole it's not it gets selfish if you're giving to get, if you're attaching to some kind of thing. But if you can just get this prime the pump is the way somebody explained it to me many years ago, and said, okay, I'm going to prime the pump and know that life responds to whatever we give it. So if I'm giving my good in whatever form it goes out, good will return to me in some way. Not from the same place, not in the same format necessarily, but it always returns back. You got it. Mrs. Lee. Well, David. And we always, as Shane sang or said, I mean, we're always provided with what we need. When we say present awareness is good. All right. Let's look at your opportunity for application in your life. It says, as I look for love, I start finding more and more all around. Now it becomes easier to consider the people who believe differently than I have the same capacity and availability to love. All right, and next week we're going to talk about make community personal. Yay. And our musician will be Chris Bell. It's Texas. We can say it both ways. It's okay. All right. Book study on Thursday night. Check that out. And let's say our closing affirmation. Wait, we got 5 minutes. What will we do with ourselves? All right, we'll get going. We'll say this closing affirmation to finish up in consciousness and enjoy this life, this day. And it says, I am an expression of infinite, divine, creative intelligence. Knowing a joyful serenity awaits my recognition and acceptance. I take this moment to deepen my understanding that I am perfect, whole, complete, and dynamic. My soul is forever established in life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy. I lift my eyes to the divine in me, in those around me, and in all of life. I walk out into the world with an uplifted heart and a mind open to the infinite creativity of all life, and so it is now. All right, thank you very, very much, and we will see y'all next time.